Hello everyone. Today we are going to be reviewing the Spanish alphabet. Now, learning the alphabet is the first thing you do when you learn a new language because you need to familiarize yourselves with the sounds that make up that language. So this is the first lesson that any person should do when learning a new language. And that's what we're going to do today. All right, so let us go. All right, so the translation for the Spanish alphabet would be El Abecedario Español. All right. And another word for alphabet is El Alfabeto. So El Alfabeto or El Abecedario both refer to alphabet. Doesn't matter which one you use. Now you will see an image on screen with letters. And these are the letters that are found in the Spanish alphabet. You would also notice that this is actually very similar to English, right? But the only difference would be the Nye, which is the N with the squiggle line on top, and it is highlighted in blue. But we'll get into that shortly. But before we get any further, I just want you to know that obviously you wouldn't know the pronunciation of every single letter as yet. So when we get to the examples of words with the particular sound, you may have to follow along until you know how to pronounce all the letters, right? So yes, that's just something to be aware of as we go along, all right? Um, yes. So a few points to know about the Spanish alphabet. I would have alluded to this earlier that there are 27 letters because there's only one difference in letters between the Spanish and English alphabet, which would be the N, the N with the squiggly line. So Spanish has 27 letters, while the Spanish alphabet has 27 letters, while the English alphabet has 26. Now accent marks, which would be those acute accents, you will find those on vowels. And all those mean is that that particular sound needs to be stressed or emphasized, okay? And they are called tildes. However, tilde is also used to refer to the Nye, all right? The Nye with the squiggle line, it's also referred to that. That squiggle line is also called tilde. So both of those are called tildes, but to know the difference, you would know the difference based on context because the acute accents can only occur on vowels, right? Okay. And all the letters in Spanish are feminine. So anytime you're making reference to the letters in Spanish, you would use feminine articles, okay? Now, let's get into the letters. Now, how this is going to work is that you're going to see the letter, you're going to see the official name of the letter in Spanish, nombre oficial. You're going to see how it is pronounced in Spanish using English as an aid. And then you're going to see examples of words, right? So let's go. The letter A in Spanish is A, A. Ana, Beca, Alto. Anami is the name of a person. As you see, you have two A's in it, and in both positions they are pronounced the same. A, na, right? Beca, that means scholarship. Alto, that means tall. So the A is A, A. B, B, B. Boca, banco, beso. Boca means mouth, banco means bank, beso, kiss. C, stay, stay. But it's worth noting that the C can actually be pronounced like a K. And this K, for now, you can say the English K. If it appears before certain letters, okay? But that's for the future. The C itself is C. So we're going to be looking at the soft C, right? But the C can have another sound. But once again, that's for the future. Cine, cena, celda. So in these examples, you will see the C sounds like an S, right? So that's one of the sounds that the C can have because it's, the letter C itself is C, all right? So cine, cena, celda. Cinema, cine is cinema, cena is dinner, and celda is cell. Cell that they will hold you in prison. That they will hold you in prison, right? De, de, dedo, dia, doblar. Dedo, you see you have two D's. Of course, both D's are pronounced the same. Dedo, finger, dia, de, and doblar to turn. Now you see dia has a tilde on the I, right? But that just means that that sound has to be stressed. So dia. So D is de. E is A. So the letter E in Spanish is going to be pronounced like the English A. Because you know in English we say A, right? So coche, that's car, cine, cinema, beso, kiss. And two of those words would have been words that were used previously, but we were focusing on a different sound. All right, so E is A. F, 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 F. Foco, fondo, fomentar. Foco means focus, fondo means background, and fomentar means to encourage. Okay? G, he, he, he. So the letter G in Spanish is going to be pronounced like the English H. But the G can also have another sound, which is like a G in English. All right? But that's a future video because that will only occur within certain environments. But the pronunciation that we will be looking at will be the pronunciation, will be when it sounds like the English H, right? So, gente, gesto, giro. Gente, people, gesto, gesture, giro, turn, okay? So, yes, the letter G in Spanish will be pronounced like the English H. He, he, all right? H, all right? Now, the letter H is I'm not going to say strange, but it's a different letter. But the letter H is ache, ache. Now, the H actually is not pronounced in words. It actually has no sound. The pronunciation of the letter itself is ache, but in words, it has no sound. It is mute, okay? So we pronounce these words as though the H weren't there, okay? So we say hotel, zanahoria, and hola. Hotel means hotel, zanahoria means carrot, and hola means hello. So the H is ache, but just remember that it's not pronounced in words, it's silent. So we would start to pronounce the word from the next letter, following the H, okay? All right. All right, well, let me not say that as if the H is at the beginning, but of course, if it is like towards the end or the middle, we just pronounce the word without including the H, okay? That's all. I, E. So the letter I in Spanish is pronounced E. So the letter I is going to have the same sound as it's going to be pronounced like the English E, letter E in English. That would be letter I in Spanish. So E, E. Iglesia, church. Heel, turn, and the word that was reused, and minuto, minute. All right? So yes, E. J, jota, jota. So we have juntos, juzgar, ejército. Juntos means together, juzgar means to judge, and ejército means army. Now, the jota is pronounced pretty much like the English H, just like the G, the English H. So anytime you see a J within a word, it will be pronounced like the English H, okay? So, juntos, juzgar, ejército. And the letter J will be jota. K, ka, ka. Now, the letter K is very rare in Spanish, and any word that contains the letter K will be a borrowing from another language. There are no words that are native to Spanish that contain the letter K. So you will hardly find any words with a K in it. All right. So the official name is Ka. Examples: karate, karate, kilo, kilo, as in a unit of measurement, and kilometro, kilometer. And those are all borrowings from other languages, okay? L, 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 L. So we have lobo, that means wolf, largo, that means long, and lento, that means slow. So L, that's the letter L. M, 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 M. Montar. Montar actually could have a variety of meanings because it could mean to ride, like to ride a horse or a bicycle. It could mean to start a business, among other things. Mano means hand and menos means less. So M is Eme, Eme. N, 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 N. Nombre, that means name. Novio, that means boyfriend. And no means no. But that's just used for negation in Spanish. Okay? So N, N. Nye. So this would be the letter that would make the Spanish and English alphabets different in terms of letters. And this is different to the N. This is not the same thing. This is a completely different consonant. So Nye, Nye. So you imagine that N and Y were together. Nye. All right. So año, sueño, baño. Año means year. Sueño means sleep or dream. And baño means bathroom. So just imagine that N and Y were fused, and this is how you would produce the N, right? O is O, same as in English, O. So ojo, hola, beso. Ojo will be eye, hola, as you know, is hello, and beso, as you know, is kiss. Okay? P, pay, país, that means country. Pagar, that means to pay. And pintar, that means to paint. So P, pay. Q, coup, 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 coup. Okay? Now, the letter Q is not strange, but it is a little different too. Now, the letter Q is cool, but the thing about the letter Q is that it will always be followed by the vowel U. Always. So you're never going to see a word in Spanish that has a Q with it and it isn't followed by U. So it will always be followed by U. All right. And together, Q and U actually form the sum of a K. And that's also a future video, right? So this is where we get quinto, which means fifth, as in the ordinal number. We have K, as in K means that, the conjunction of that, and queso means cheese. So the QU will form the sound of a K, and it will. So the Q is always followed by U, right? Okay. So, but that's a future video. R. No, the R is definitely the R in Spanish is definitely different to the R in English. The R in Spanish is ere, ere. So the tip of your tongue has to touch the roof of your mouth once. Ere, ere. Right? It almost sounds like the D in English, right? But it's obviously it's not the D, but that's an approximation. So the R has two sounds. It has a soft sound and it has a strong sound. But this one would be soft. The right. This would be soft sound. The strong sound would be a future lesson. Because depending on where the R occurs within a word, it will either be soft or it will be strong. Okay? But these are examples of the soft R. So miro, oro, and juro. Right? So miro means I watch or I look at. That's the first person singular present tense conjugation of the verb mirar. Oro means gold, and juro is the first person singular present tense conjugation of the verb jurar, which is to swear. Okay. So yes. So the R is ere, ere. S, ese, ese. We have sordo, son, sin. Sordo means deaf. Son is the third person plural present tense of the verb ser, which means to be, and sin means without. So S, ese, ese. T, he, he. Tonto meaning silly. Tarde means late, and tomar means to drink. Or it could have other meanings depending on the context. Okay? So tite. You, ooh, ooh, ooh. So the letter U will be silent within specific combinations, which you will see on the screen. So in these combinations, the U is silent. So you have gi, ge, ki, and k. All right, you know the Q, U forms the sound of a K, right? But the G in these cases would be strong. But this is also a future video, right? These different combinations in which the U will be silent. So cumbre, uno, humilde. Obviously, in the examples here, the U is not silent. The U will be pronounced like ooh, right? So cumbre, uno, humilde. Cumbre means summit. Uno means one, as a number one, and humilde means humble. Okay. V, ube. In other parts of the Spanish-speaking world, the V is actually referred to, is actually called other names, but the Royal Academy of Spanish recommends ube. Okay. But it is worth noting that the Spanish V is pronounced just like the Spanish B in words. So that V sound that we have in English, that does not exist in Spanish. So it's B. So it's baka. So you imagine that the V, so you can imagine that the V was a B. Okay? So baka, bente, vamos. Baka means cow, bente means 20, and vamos means we are going. Okay, so that's the first person plural conjugation. First person plural present tense conjugation of the verb ir, which is to go. Okay. W, double B. Now, there are lots of other names for the letter W. B double, double U, double ube double. All refer to the letter W, and this will depend on the region. So double B. I chose double B. And just like the K, the W does not occur in any native Spanish words. So anytime you see a word with a W, that's going to be a borrowing from another language. All right. So you're hardly ever going to see a word in Spanish with the letter W in it. So sandwich, web, and kiwi. All borrowings. X, 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 X. Now, the letter X can have different pronunciations depending on where it occurs within a word. So this pronunciation that we're going to look at will be the pronunciation like K, which is an amalgamation of K and S. So K, right? So explotar, that means to exploit. Existir, that means to exist, and exagerar, that means to exaggerate. But like I said, that would be a future lesson because the X can have different pronunciations. And that's actually one of a few. So the X is X. Y, J, or Y. All right. So those are two ways you can refer to the two names you can use to refer to the letter Y. J or Y. All right. And it can have different pronunciations depending on the region within words, right? But it will sound just like the Y in English. So ayer, yesterday, ayuda, help, and mayo, May, the month of May. So as you see, it sounds like the English Y. Ayer, ayuda, mayo. Z, theta, theta. Now the letter Z is going to sound similar to the S. And that could be English S or the Spanish S in words. So that the sound we have in English that does not exist in Spanish, right? So azafata, that's a hostess, cazar, that is to hunt, and buzo, that means diver. Now, in many parts of Spain, the zeta will be pronounced like a th. So in many parts of Spain, they would say theta, theta. So instead of pronouncing the Z like an S, they would say so theta, theta. But they would say azafata, cathar, and busto. All right, so that's just a variation of the letter Z, right? But most of the time, it will be pronounced like an S. Okay. All right. Now let's look at some vocabulary, which will be vocabulario. So la consonante means consonant, and the plural will be las consonantes. La vocal, vowel, plural, las vocales. La letra, letter, las letras, plural. El sonido, sound, los sonidos, plural. La pronunciación, pronunciation. So if you want to ask someone how to spell their name, you could ask them, ¿Cómo se escribe tu nombre? Or ¿Cómo se deletrea tu nombre? Right? And that's asking them, how is your name spelled? And you would respond by saying, Mi nombre se escribe or se deletrea, and then you start to spell. Okay? But nombre will be first name, right? Nombre will be first name. So if someone were to ask me how my name is spelled, I would say, Mi nombre se escribe C H R I S T O P H-A-R. Okay? So that would be my first name, Christopher. All right? And yes. So this pretty much brings us to the end of this lesson. All right? Now let's recite the alphabet quickly. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Those are all 27 letters of the alphabet. All right. All right. So I hope that you were able to comprehend everything that we've done in this lesson. And as I said, this is just a start because there are lots more videos that you will have to watch to grasp Spanish pronunciation. Okay? So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.